Welcome to a second episode in PHARAOH, a new era. If you missed the first one, also if you missed my video recapping everything that is new about this game versus the old version, because it's not just about changing, how it looks, don't hesitate to check in the video description below. We are still a bit in the tutorial phase, but we're going to learn a lot more about all of the game functionalities. Now we need to reach level 6 houses, ordinary cottages. Welcome to THINIS. Similar to the first scenario, right? Let's get the basics first. Let's get a few houses, some water, make sure we don't have a fire with a firehouse, make sure we produce some food for people, and then we're gonna move forward. So remember that you can pause the game, right? Especially at the beginning when you want to look a bit at the map. You can see we have the Nile River over here, right? We have a bit of an oasis over here, some food. We have a lot of mines or a lot of quarries over here, in particular gold. This is gold. And I think, having a bit of a city over here, we have food over there, that seems like a good idea. What I like to do is to actually start by the water, right? Because the water again needs to be in range of, this type of grass. So this is, in my opinion, the first good building to place, because it will drive a bit everything else that you're going to place, right? So from there, we can start placing then a city. We're going to make quite a big one, just for the fun of it. Here it is. Then of course houses. Then right away let's make sure that we have a firehouse and an architect post. And hunting is gonna be done this way, right? Over here we have all of the food source. Actually, let's first extend slightly the road like this. So the bazaar is going to be actually over here. Make sure they come and come back around, and then we're going to have the granary on this side with 2 hunting cabin. And then we can connect to the main road to make it even more realistic, but also block the road like this, right? So they will be able to come, if I remember correctly, from the top. Oh no, from the bottom, completely my bad. But anyway, the point is, this is connected. We could also connect it there, make it even more realistic. But they're not gonna listen to us and not follow those roads anyway. So it is, we have some houses, we have water, starting to have a bazaar. Of course, we need to get some food, but our hunters are going out. This ostrich even has a name, Sananofru. And what's your name? I have no clue how to pronounce this, sorry. Tell me in the comments below if you know how to pronounce it. Also don't hesitate to tell me in the comments, if for the next episodes of this series you want to see a particular way, you want to have, more or less details. I'd love to hear your thoughts to make this as useful for everybody. It needs some food, but the food should start to come soon. Right, we have some over here. This has, oh, I forgot to accept all, and that's why this wasn't working. Now it's coming. So it is coming. They're delivering. You can see over here the reserves. So all good. It has been delivered. Now the market lady is over here. She's bringing a lot of food with child labor. Terrible. Terrible. But now they're upgrading. Perfect. The lady is going... This one hasn't evolved for some reason, because it didn't get food. Okay, no worries, no worries. It is, this one has upgraded now. I haven't figured exactly yet how many, hunters you need per houses, those type of things. We'll learn that a bit along the way. But we have, a few more houses now. Is there also some food reserve? No, there's no food reserve yet in the market, because right now we're making sure that all of these houses are full first. So it's taking quite a bit of resources, but we have also unlocked now production, gold mine, because we need to make some money. It's not like we have tons of money, so we need to make sure we make some money. But remember, the gold mines, it's not like you can place it anywhere, right? This is not a gold mine, so we need to make sure that we place them close to this over here, right? The problem is if I place, well, it's not the problem, sorry, it's mixed speaking, is this is quite far from my city, right? There's great pass funding, by the way, as you can see. So, I mean, it's not that far, to be honest. Let's see if they get do it, but it may be too far for them to get there. Because remember, we are not taking advantage of this new option of global labor pool. We're staying with the historic recruiter system where you really need to just send recruiters to find some houses, right? So let's see, I think they will actually arrive. Yeah, they are arriving close enough, so that's perfect. Otherwise, I would have need to do a bit what he or she has done over here, which is you place just one house, you don't need to put tons of them, but we don't need to do that. So anyway, we have gold mines. Now the gold mines are not going to deliver to my granary, right? We need to deliver somewhere else. And in this case, they can deliver to the village palace. The palace needs quite a bit of space and for some reason also needs some water. Don't ask me why. I mean, I guess it makes sense. The palace people, you know, don't want to live somewhere where there's no water. So I think we're gonna put it over here. Now we don't have a road, so we need to make sure to connect the road. And I also want to avoid for this, you know, to get destroyed. So we're gonna put one firehouse and one architect post over here, which should also help to make sure that these ones don't get destroyed, right? These may go this way, but I think it will be fine. I could also put, now we're starting to produce gold. The problem is that this also attracts thieves, right? So we need to make sure that we have police stations across our city. Again, we can put, for example, one on this side and one on the other side, right? For example, one here and one there. That should be enough. And to check if that is actually fine, we can use our overlays over here, right? The crime overlay, for example, is here to check that, okay, there is a policeman that's going around over here. That's all good. That's in green. And here there's no problem. Similarly, right, we can check for fire. Is there anything red? Oh, this one is slightly, not red, but getting there, right? Because basically what will happen is that this fireman will often go this way and not so often over there, right? Plus, it could be that this range, this is the end of the range, then they need to come back. So these overlays are always useful if you're not sure if you're covering well your city somehow. And now we have the next one, which is the physician, because our people can get sick, in particular if you give them some untreated water. So we need to make sure to have a physician. This is a slightly bigger building. And with that, we have unlocked our next big functionality, which is religion. And religion was quite important at the time, so we need to either build some shrines or some temples. You can see the different costs, right? This is 100, this is 150, and this will be dedicated to a single god. In this case, Bast, but in the future we'll have many different gods, right? And you'll have to decide also if you play mostly on one god or if you try to have all of the gods, you know, to like you. But anyway, let's place a temple, a big temple near our homes, and we also need to place 2 shrines to continue, you know, with this. So let's place one over here and maybe one on this corner. And with that, we have also unlocked the festival square, which must be built on the crossroad. You cannot build it over here, you have to build it on the crossroad, and so it is over here. As you can see, it doesn't work, but here I've built a crossroad, so now it works. And with that, we have also unlocked our overseers, which are a bit sort of, you know, your statistic menu. You can see, for example, here my working population, right? Do I have unemployment or not? How much food I am producing, I'm holding, right? I have 24 months of food, so that's great. And over here, I can see my temple and I can hold the festival. This will also be dedicated to a god. In this case, when we have vast, we can choose to do a common one, a lavish or a grand one. Let's do a lavish one. We have a bit of money. This festival will take a bit of time to be prepared. Do note, of course, that creating a crossroad like this brings some challenges in terms of the workers, right? But with this festival, Bast is very happy. We get a blessing, which blesses the house and the bazaar with a lot of food. If we look over here, yeah, this is, I mean, maybe it was already full, I don't know, I didn't check, but we can see that at least now it is quite full. And same for granary, it is fully full. Now we have rough cottages. To evolve them, we're gonna need entertainment. The next element at the bottom over here, we have the booth, where people will be able to enjoy a show, and we need the jungler school to create some jungler, right? And then they can go into the booth or some evolution of this. Similar to the festival square, the booth needs to be a bit in a corner, in an intersection. It doesn't need to have 4, but over here it's a great place, so perfect. And then we need the junglers. I will put the jungling school over here. It does need to have access to, you know, to your population, so this is the recruiter that was sent. It will pass the houses there, and then this has started. And now this will send a jungler. We can see over here is coming, and by going around it has evolved these houses over here, over there. And keep governing, and you'll see that now it's going to go around, and all of those houses are going to continue to be upgraded. These ones over here didn't get upgraded because the desirability is not high enough. And this is mostly because of the bazaar, so you do want to be careful. Of course, in the future we'll have gardens and things like this to improve our desirability, but we don't need that right now. We have won this mission. So thank you for watching. Again, as always, don't hesitate to share if you have any thoughts, questions. I know these first missions are not too hard, but again, planning to do all of the missions, so feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.